Welcome back to another episode of the Mom and Sons Yucca Root Podcast. This is episode 2. The main topic we're going to be talking about today, another big topic that's been coming around for most podcasts. We're going to be talking about how COVID has shaped our lives, all that stuff, and just the progression of it from 2 weeks to 4 weeks to 8 weeks. So I want to start off at the very beginning. When we, I think it was about winter break, I was in Tennessee. That was when we first heard about COVID in general, I think.
It's coming out.
Yeah, it was in China, and then slowly it started spreading, and by, February?
Yep.
The swim season had been starting.
I think you got like a weekend.
Yeah,
and it was
week and a half.
That was it.
Then it had to shut down because of COVID. We didn't know what was going to happen. We thought, it's just going to be 2 weeks, a little bit of quarantining. It'll die down a little bit. And so I didn't really plan on any workouts or anything. I don't think both of us did it.
Well, so let's back up. So that's how it kind of progressed.
Yeah.
So Billy's school goes to online learning.
Yeah.
My work goes to working from home, which isn't too big of a problem for me. And Billy's stepdad, when they finally said the 2 week everything closed down, he was home for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Everybody was home.
So
I thought it was pretty nice,
it was nice having a little
break, just sitting at home, being lazy, getting that little bit of schoolwork that they handed out, the busy work and whatnot, and then.
As a mom, I'm just still trying to keep Billy on a schedule and keep things. Okay, well, you don't have to wake up so early, but you need to wake up early, and we need to. And Billy's a swimmer, so we need to keep you on some kind of workout routine, keep something good going. And quarantine for me was just totally, I love it. I want to be home, and I like not having to stress about getting the kids to activities or whatever, and I'm still doing my work, but I'm home. So for me, it was wonderful, minus that we're in a pandemic and everyone's freaking out. So obviously for Billy, it starts out as a vacation, and then it goes to not a vacation.
I thought it was
mom all the time.
I thought it was real nice at first. First 2 weeks I was loving it as well. You got me up at 10 o'clock, and I ate breakfast, sat down, and like I said earlier, the work at that time really wasn't that bad. Some people may disagree. I think the teachers didn't know what was happening, so they were just giving
Everyone was just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they were just giving us PDFs or something like that to annotate and stuff like that. I was keeping up with my friends, FaceTiming people, but eventually, you start.
It was kind of a shift because it went from I don't trust anyone. No one's allowed here, and then it was kind of like after a while, okay, well, Billy's got to see someone other than me, and then. I've always been against video games. We ended up buying him a PlayStation. I was like, kid needs something to do.
Yeah.
And even though, we stuck to a routine, I made him do workouts with me every day, and he was really good about doing it. Yeah. We enjoyed that, and mine's continued, so that's been great for me.
Yeah.
But, so then you start welcoming friends back in, and then that's terrifying because you're thinking, oh my God, if I get this kid sick, or, what's going to happen, and then you're just kind of progressing, and it's just, at some point you're just getting more and more lax. But then, now then it was don't wear a mask. Now it is wear a mask, and now we're wearing masks everywhere. And every time Billy goes to the store, he forgets his mask. So it's like adjusting to a whole new lifestyle that you think is going to go back to normal at some point, or hope.
Yeah. But
we don't even know what that normal is, and right now we're just trying to figure out this weird world of you becoming a freshman and not knowing any of the joys of becoming a freshman.
Not going to homecoming. All that stuff. I was 6 months out of school.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day, that I was just sitting at home for, there's a little bit in between.
Swim started up pretty quick. It was like 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah. But it was still, very iffy.
Yeah.
You had to, follow regulations, wear a mask everywhere like you still do now.
Yeah.
Going into the gym to practice, that you know, there's a lot of old people there, and I make sure to keep a mask.
We'll call them high risk.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They luckily the front desk always has masks with them, so even if I do forget my mask, like during morning practices, I always have a mask there and whatnot, and that was nice. Now going back into it, but you know, 4 months ago, back when I didn't even have the PlayStation, I was, you know, I remember just, you know, thinking, well, should I get out of bed? Is there even a need to get out of bed? Should I just get my backpack and bring it up here and just be in my room all day, you know?
You start to lose your purpose
Yeah.
for things.
Yeah.
And I'm refinished stairs, and I'm, you know, like
yeah.
painting walls
Well,
and still working, and
I think that definitely helped with me helping you redo the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, it was just something to do other than school busy work.
need a purpose.
Yeah. And even after a while, you know, some of the friends don't want to text or whatnot, or they take forever to respond, and you're just checking your phone constantly. And I realized that, and I just sat down with myself and I thought, well, I should probably, you know, keep myself distracted. But the phone, even today, you know, we got into a debacle about my phone because I'm on it all the time.
The time.
And it's all I'm doing. And, you know, even with the PlayStation now, as soon as we finish dinner, I try to sneak away and whatnot to play video games.
It pisses me.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Well, so actually I was thinking about this today, interestingly enough, and I was thinking, first of all, you're really no different than anyone else. It made me mad today that you were sitting there doing your homework and playing the game on your phone. I know you can have your phone in class, but I'm pretty sure that's not allowed in class, that you're sitting there playing games while you're doing schoolwork. And so, like I said, I mean, I think there's a lot of ways, minus the actual technology, that we're similar when we were kids and you want to do your own thing and have your own time. But, you know, right now there is so much there at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And it's a distraction, and it's, you know, it takes away from us talking, being a family, you know, being with your brother, and just things like that. So I think you have to start setting, I'm thinking for you as you get older, because it's only going to get worse, and someday you'll have a girlfriend, and trust me, she's going to be real mad if you don't give her attention. So, you know, setting boundaries. Like, if this is dinner time, I don't have the phone.
Yeah.
And after dinner, I'm going to spend a little time before my little brother goes to bed.
Yeah.
And then you know, can definitely, while you're doing schoolwork, your phone should not be there. There is no reason that you need your phone there. Why? And it's a distraction. You're not really paying attention. And then the next thing you know, you have a missed assignment, and you're like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so it's just important to have those boundaries for yourself. Really, I think a lot of life is just recognizing personality traits about yourself, learning yourself, and knowing that I can't have my phone here and get something done.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm cleaning the house, I don't know where my phone is. I'm just cleaning.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, that's a thing too, you know, with when you clean the house compared to how I clean the house at Dad's house, you know, if you're doing the floors or if I'm doing the floors, well, you like to put music on the TV itself, like Amazon Music or something, and just listen to that. But with Spotify and stuff like that I have on my phone,
I
like
put Spotify on.
Well, yeah, I just had it on this morning listening to music, but I like having my AirPods in, and so to skip a song, I always bring my phone out of my pocket to skip it.
Such a waste of time.
And to choose a song and whatnot, and then I end up, you know, playing on my phone because I got a text message or something, and...
You got those expensive AirPods, can't you be like, hey, Siri, change the song?
Well, you can double tap it, but if I want to choose a different song, instead of just going to the next one, then you have to go in and go through the app and whatnot, but it's still... I should probably just set it down and just keep skipping a song or something until I find the right one.
Yeah.
But
technology in general is it's different than what I had when we were younger. You know, we were just happy to be able to call someone on a phone, and it wasn't our parents' phone, you know, so that's good.
I always hear those stories of, like my teacher told this story about how way back when they had those phones that were connected to the same landline, and so you would pick up the phone to call someone, and if it was connected to the same phone in the house, someone else could pick up the phone and hear the conversation.
You describing this just makes me laugh because for me growing up, that was, you had multiple phones in the house. It's like funny to hear you say this because you're talking about like it's a foreign
archaic technology.
Like this was, everybody had cell phones, but anybody could answer. It was, so we had landlines and there was different phones and yes, and, sometimes somebody would pick it up and I'd be like, ooh, I hear it going on,
Yeah.
So that was the good part of it.
Yeah.
But,
well, and, I'm just thinking about even, 5 years ago when I didn't have my phone, before I even got my first phone, the way I would tell if I wanted to go and hang out with someone is that I would ride around the neighborhood and see where all the bikes were stacked in the driveway, and then I would know, oh, everybody's getting together, and that, I feel, is a little bit more better than, it's less organized, I would rather organize something like earlier today, my friend was like, we're going to have a birthday party today at 6, and I got that text message, got it down, but even, with COVID, I can't go out and just go willy-nilly around the streets, even with a mask off, that would be even worse.
You can go around outside.
I know, but I feel like some people would be, a little icky about that, but It's whatever, and, I wouldn't get the text message, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It's just the differences.
Well, I think being outside, sometimes it's nice to not be, like, I will check my phone 18 times a day for no reason. I might have just checked my phone, and then I check it again, and I'm like, oh my God, I just checked this. Why am I looking at it again?
Yeah.
So it's sometimes nice to just not be tied to something,
Yeah.
So, anyways, we kind of got off the topic.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Masks suck. We understand the importance of them, and we don't judge. However, I feel like I'm going to hyperventilate and die every time I'm wearing the mask, and it makes me want to cough more.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I wish would someday very much go away.
Yeah. And wearing masks 6 hours a day at school, that kind of, it's not really, it sucks, but after a while you don't even realize it, you're like an hour in and you just forget that it's in your peripheral vision. But now I'm seeing some of my friends, even me, you're getting more acne under that mask because you're getting that sweat and stuff that's in there. And even during weightlifting and stuff, we have to wear a mask, and my mask gets drenched.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, it's really gross, but I mean, that's the truth, and I wish we could take it off, but that would defeat the purpose of a mask in the first place.
So at your swim meet, you got all these kids everywhere, and they're all wearing masks, but then behind the line, nobody's wearing a mask because they're getting ready to swim. So it's like, well, aren't you spreading things there?
Yeah.
So some of it's a little baffling to me. I get it. I wear it when I go to the store and when I have to and whatever, but it's a new way of life that's hard. That's what we're talking about. It's hard to adjust. And, so I think Billy's eager to go back to school full time.
Yeah. Right now I'm having those 2 days a week where it's jam-packed with only an hour-long class each day. I wish it was an hour and a half with my teacher that I could get to, ask questions and stuff and all that. With school now, it almost feels like orientation for the rest of the week, They bring us in and tell us what we're doing and then let us go. I don't even get to ask my teacher questions now. I have to email her or I have to go to her conferences, and sometimes the hours are even earlier than when I wake up. One of my teachers, her Zoom conference or whatnot starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 8 a.m. and they expect us to be up that early, but I'm never up that early unless it's for morning practices. So.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest parts of, I think, how coronavirus has affected school is, we've got the hybrid schedule and our teachers are just telling us what to do and then sending us off, It seems like it's been a month and a half long of just reviewing the same thing that we did last year.
So, figuring it all out.
Yeah.
Figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
And then I'm easing back into going to work, which I'm not happy about.
Yeah.
But, you know, I am eager for... I worry about kids and their mental health and being depressed and child abuse. I worry about all those things. And I'm sorry, but to me, some of that's scarier than the risk of anything, especially at their age, you know. And it's a concern.
Yeah.
And I just want things to, as soon as they can, go back to some sort of normal and get kids back to school. And
yeah, well, and I also read up on a study that they had made during quarantine for the people that had been arrested or whatnot, and it showed that 50% of domestic abuse had rose 50% because of people just staying at home, being together with each other constantly, you know, waking up, being with each other. That's the change that happens where you're used to seeing your spouse or whatnot 1 or 2 hours a day, a little longer than that, 4 hours, but now you're seeing them for 12 hours a day from when you wake up and go to bed. And you know, there's nothing to talk about after a while. You guys have said the same thing over and over, and it also...
But you love hanging out with your mom all the time, right?
Yeah. Of course, I love hanging out with my mom.
Yeah, it's important.
And her talking about Shalene and working out and whatnot.
I love Shalene.
Well, and I also, I'm seeing more and more of kids going back to online. You know, the first days...
so when it started, it was like 20%.
Yeah.
We're virtual. Now we're up to like 50%.
Yeah. It started off with 9 kids in each class. And now I think in my lowest class, there's 3 kids in that class. It's me and 2 other guys that are just, you know, sitting in an empty room. Our teachers are making Zoom meetings beforehand that she saves as videos to give to us. And we're just sitting there doing busy work. And I think that's, you know, one of my best friends was in that class. But all my friends are tired of waking up early and having to get that stuff done. So they wake up at noon now, and it's much more comfortable for them to get it done.
Well, and that's scary because, you know, like I said, I've tried to keep it on a schedule, and I know it sounds crazy sometimes, especially to you, like, well, I'm not going anywhere, but when life goes back to normal, which I assume one day will,
hopefully,
you can't be totally off your rhythm and try to get back into that. Like, there's got to be some normalcy and some, you know, even if it's the day-to-day, and, you know, sometimes I feel bad waking him up early, but it would have been a school day, so I don't know. You know, I don't know what the right answer is, but to follow a pattern. Yeah,
I very much appreciate that you do wake me up. And it's not like I'm waking up same time every day. You know, usually on a school day I get up at like, 6:15 or something. But during those days where I'm off, I wake up at 8 o'clock. Usually I'll roll around for an hour, but 8 o'clock is usually when I wake up and I'm getting ready to go, and that's a lot better, getting that extra 2 hours of sleep than waking up at 6 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
And it only takes me 3 to 5 hours, 5 is most, to get my schoolwork done. So waking up that early, you know, getting done by 11, and then having nothing else to do for...
Oh, there's lots to do. Oh, there are chores to do. There is a lot to do in this house.
Yeah.
What Billy wants to do. It's very different.
There's not very much to do when I want to do it. Yeah. There's just 4 hours in between swim practice and then.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's episode 2. A little look into life in COVID now. Mm-hmm. We're all in the same boat, I think. We're all just trying to figure it out. And
hopefully we get to do this together.
Yep. Nobody kills each other.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching.